Welcome back to an episode of Dungeons, Dice Rolls, and Dumbasses. I'm your Dungeon Master, Tyler, and today I'm joined by Mark, playing,
Jester Risen, local werewolf expert.
and Keegan, playing,
Hanu Total Warlock.
and Allison, returning, playing,
Naira Burrell, otherwise known as Jem the Fairy Rogue.
and Brandon, playing,
Zul'dan and Ilium Tempest, ASMR Cleric.
and John, playing.
Bosch Moonblade, Rune Knight, Kobold, Sorcerer. Waiting to get forging again.
And Elder Mark, playing.
Rug fucker. Pious witch hunter.
And as the party regroups today, they had left off with investigated a series of murders going on throughout the town. After finding out a little more about two murders that had taken place, they formed a bit of a hunt throughout the night and had found signs of this werewolf. After a long night of following tracks carefully through the dark woods, they had traced this back to a now human man, the gravekeeper, Seamus. And after a tense confrontation, they managed to convince him to come willingly to be imprisoned at the local jail. After reporting this back to the higher-ups with the town and the church, other members of the party had begun investigating a separate murder, though not finding too many clues on what could have happened. They've returned to business as usual as we pick up on the 6th day here. And that's where I leave you guys off at. Then just, reminders. Now I have to think you guys in your memory. See where you want to go from there.
And some of us didn't hear the lullaby last night, right?
Nobody did.
Nobody did.
Nobody did.
Oh, that's right. We also took that guy to jail.
Yep.
He did. He's locked up.
I mean, Jester's got a great memory, so he's recounting it to all of his customers. He was recruited by the local Inquisition, and because he's got no nose, he can't be smelled or tracked by this werewolf. So.
Can you give me a deception check? This is double
boy.
this.
23. Oh no, deception. Deception. That's only 18. But, yeah, he's got no nose, so the werewolf can't smell it.
No, that's not how it works.
They spent the night in the woods, tracking down, stalking the stalker.
I do love Jester's line. I don't know.
I'm just making notes.
Right.
Something about can't be smelled, master detective, master of stealth.
This very blade I'm using on you right now is used to turn him back human.
But it's silvered razors,
Power
right?
Over.
Yeah.
Silver turns
Good thing
werewolf.
Bosch isn't right there, or she'd be like, just smacking his head, just like, don't listen to him. Lying.
Somebody hold him down, but Jester shave him.
Jim, back at the local bakery, picking you back up here. As you arrive,
Oh no.
you begin hearing rumors. Oh, yeah, I heard they caught the werewolf. Apparently, if you shave him with a silver blade, it turns him back to human permanently.
Oh boy.
Let's see. Hey, okay. She was just there when Jaster was that, right? Or,
No, he's been
okay.
telling people different rumors while cutting their hair throughout the day.
I kind of feel like Jim would kind of believe that.
Let's see that.
Jim's getting the intel. Now, also for reference, too, so, between, it was Hanu, Frug, and Jaster, right? You guys haven't slept from last night.
That's true.
Now, what what were you guys wanting to do for the day, for Hanu and Thrug? Hanu, Thrug, everyone else really.
Well, I'd like to get a short nap in.
Trying to sleep, that makes sense.
Yeah, gonna get do a short rest.
Yeah.
Shirk your duties, get a little power nap in.
Yeah.
Well,
Drink
he's
some
he's
black-
he's
drink some
technically
black
supposed to be
coffee.
ill anyway.
Well, I think that was a couple days ago now. I guess I could still be sick.
This
My
Hanu guy is
My first
probably
workman's
sick.
day at work.
I do need to call. I like call into work. I do
They
need to
and
go
where
in
you're
there.
working, there where you stayed up all night chasing a werewolf. I think the whole town would probably be aware that you guys have done that. That they've allegedly imprisoned the werewolf that you
That's
guys
true.
hunted down.
We're getting in good with the town.
Word travels fast here.
Yeah, I'd probably go back to the forge and see if I can, start crafting stuff for the
All right.
maybe. Try to use some of the what was it, topaz that I got, and see if I
Yeah,
can make
so-
any like.
What are you trying to make? And how high quality of a item are you trying to make?
I'm trying to see if I can make like a couple daggers or so.
Couple daggers. No, sorry. Were you trying to make the silvered weapons?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Those are something different.
I think that was where you had planned, like last time, was going. Why don't I make the silver weapons first? Then we present that idea to the people.
Right.
Of,
Yeah.
Then present them.
Okay. Yeah. Do the silver weapons, then
Yeah.
the topaz stuff later.
Say with the gemstone ones, if you want to make them, you could.
Right.
But it wouldn't. Then it would delay you more on that plan.
Right. Now let's
I
get
think
the
you
silver.
guys did also just catch the werewolf allegedly. So.
Allegedly, what do you mean?
Well, apparently there's a pack of werewolves.
Now there is gonna be.
And nobody's seen like a werewolf taken in yet. All they've seen is you have Seamus imprisoned.
They should execute him at night.
Execute him at night.
Yeah, so everybody can see.
Hmm.
But didn't he also admit to being one as well?
Yeah, he had literal blood on his hands.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Tried
no,
to escape.
he had cleaned off,
Yeah, his
but you had
clothes-
brought bloodied clothes as evidence
And he
against
didn't
him.
specifically say that he was a werewolf. He said he was cursed.
Yeah. But that's what a werewolf would say.
Probably.
Yeah.
Might be a were tiger.
That would be crazy.
He's a weird donkey.
No, Jesse already took care of that.
Were tiger would have a reddish hair.
We're tiger, yeah.
That's actually
Where tigers? They are great. All right.
no.
But yeah, I would try to go and make a couple of like silver daggers and see if I can.
Should make silver pitchforks for all the townsfolk.
No.
Really?
I'd say it'd be same amount of material. Whatever it is you're making, it is 100 gold worth of silver per weapon you make.
Okay. And I think I only had a couple.
100 gold worth of silver?
Oh no, sorry, 100 silver. Sorry, I think I
Yeah.
said that wrong.
Yeah, I so
100 pieces of silver makes one silvered weapon.
yeah. So and I have 400. So
Probably the weapons should be
So
blessed
you could easily make 2 weapons in a day. What were you wanting to make? 2 martial or simple weapons.
two just like regular like daggers and stuff. Something that you can keep on you.
You want to go with the pitchforks? You technically be
Wouldn't it
tridents.
use
but-
like less silver than a sword?
So I'm going to say for D&D base rules, no, because it's also like you get 10 bullets out of 100 silver, or 10 arrowheads, or
Those are solid silver.
yeah,
Yeah, and I was gonna actually
Solid
I was
silver
actually
dagger.
uh
it'd probably be a solid silver dagger.
I was
is what
gonna-
it is.
I just remembered I was gonna make some
And you
Silver
make a
bullets
very
for Hanu.
strong
Yeah, you can do that
Make a
whenever.
very strong dagger.
Probably not.
so
Sorry,
I'm gonna save at least 100 of them so I can give Hanu some silver bullets for his.
I can also give you. I have 100 silver. I can give you.
Right.
I'll
Okay.
give you that.
So if you wanted to make the 10 bullets or do the, you basically make 2 weapons for the day, I'd say, mixed in between like your normal expected work in there.
Right.
So
Let me know if you need more silver.
All right. I'll keep that in mind.
I've got a few more silver here.
Yeah, we're not running out on silver anytime soon. I know that for a fact.
what are you making? Are you doing the 10 bullets in 1 weapon?
Yeah, 10 bullets and maybe a dagger.
So I'd say for something simple like that, because you become like skilled blacksmith, you just be able to do that.
Okay.
So if you're giving Hanu the 10 silver bullets,
Yep.
you have his inventory.
I'll
you
just
could
give
add
him to 10 silver bullets.
add the silver
Thank
dagger in
you.
your inventory.
That brings me down to 200 silver. Silver dagger.
Alright.
Interesting weapon in itself. Take all 4 of my pieces of amber that are filled with silver and just toss it up, and a ton of silver lands on them.
No, do you have to cast the spell to release the stuff?
No, it's just
At will you dispel it? Oh,
Yep.
beautiful.
It's like, oh shit.
But I'm gonna have fun with that later.
Well, that would be fun.
All
I
right.
was thinking if Brooke dies, I think it should be canon to everything that he's got in those hammers. Boom!
that would be absolutely hilarious. It's like, wait, didn't he have? Oh shit! Literally.
Frog becomes a singularity. All right. So Frog is doing what? So he's taking a power nap, and then we have plans for later towards the day.
Oh, I don't really have plans for later.
I'd like to try to get together and like see what everybody's thinking, how they're feeling. If they have any leads. Maybe we could do that over like breakfast in that morning, this morning.
Yeah, you can do that before I take my nap.
Because I'm fucking at a loss, in all honesty.
Did you find anything else, Hanu, about the witches you're after? No information.
Do you want to roll an intelligence check on that one?
Wait, are we alone right now, or
I'm assuming you guys are like somewhere private having
Yeah.
a conversation
also?
in the morning, backpedaling a little. I'll
In our home.
allow it.
A nat 1 or a 7.
7.
Yeah, 7.
You may have learned some things indicating someone may be a witch.
Also,
Fairly incriminatingly.
I tried to use. I'll wait till everyone's done.
It's okay. He's looking at his notes. Go ahead. What was your thing? I'll see if he refines his notes.
Also, when we were chasing that individual through the forest,
Yeah.
Yes.
I tried to use divination to try to contact my deity, and I don't think that was the deity talking. So I think the witches have a hold on people who try to interact with their specific deity. So I think the witch's influence is stronger than we care to even think.
Oh,
Taken over the
right.
church, of course.
But I've been praying to Bahamut every night.
The question is, have you been hearing him?
No, except for that one time, but that was before we even came here.
I'm thinking right now, this is just my belief. The witch's influence on this thing is more strong than we care to even imagine.
I hate to say it, it might be someone in the church.
It's possible.
Hunter, do you remember when you remember how Hunter visited the medium?
Oh, yeah, then? Yeah, I have that one. The Milfords.
And the card burst into
Yeah.
flames when she looked at
Well, I
it.
don't really know like what to do. Like, do I just go in there and be like, "Hey, y'all's are fucking witches,"
I'm just reminding
and then I'm gonna
you.
be like, "Hey, town, you saw this tarot card and it exploded."
I'm just reminding you that may be a
I know.
possible lead.
That's why I want to get everybody together, get
you-
how everybody's feeling.
You looked into the. There may be witches in the town. Psychic lady, can you look at this person for me? Card bursts into flames.
Yeah, I do need to.
She's an ordinary lady.
Which lady was that again?
The witch lady.
The Milfords,
I'm sorry, I can't resist that one.
and then there was the ruffians, criminal-looking dudes.
Yeah, the ruffians were probably the ones dealing with the assassination stuff, so that's what I'm thinking. And the murder in the house with the butcher.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'll go down. If anybody wants to go down to the Milfords? Because was I alone when I did the tarot card?
You were alone
you
when you
were,
did
yeah.
that, and I don't think
Was
you've
alone.
told it. I think you told them about it.
Yeah, I think I did tell you about it. And I would like say, that's the biggest one for me. to check out, but I have a feeling that one might be an escalation of sorts. If it is, if our suspicions are correct.
Is she involved in the church in any major way?
I don't think so. Because when we looked into her,
For a reference for our audience, as they're saying this, I'm staring at Zoldan.
Sorry.
It's okay.
but they got like no dirty laundry at all. Like
Were the Milfords at all involved with the church?
Wilford's. Oh, the one. I'm sorry. Refresh my memory.
You can give me an intelligence check. You want me to tell you the thing you forgot?
Oh wait,
Take better notes. I'll tell you if you're right.
the one with the one that tried to extort the church for the.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
As you guys having a little sit-down meeting talking about this.
Wait a minute. Did you just say the Wilfords, right?
The Milfords, yes.
She was exploiting the preacher. She
You
wasn't.
mean the one that confessed earlier?
Yes, because from what I understand is that I know that the preacher, the reverend, had an affair. What was it? An affair, right?
Something like
Adulteress.
fornication.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
One
Back
of
it up.
Secret dirty laundry.
Yeah. He had a secret lover. The woman that I talked about, the one with the child.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his secret lover, and
Oh.
I'm thinking.
That is public knowledge now.
Yeah. So when I heard it in the confession booth, I kind of confronted the Reverend about this. And I think the girl might be also playing something here, too.
Oh boy.
Classic witch mind control. Forcing him to confess in front of the whole town.
I wouldn't say that.
Extorting dirty preachers. Elbowing gods out of the way. So far, I like her.
Ay, ay, ay.
Well, yeah, I forgot one thing for Jim. Jim,
Yeah.
could you give me a D20 roll for just charisma? Because while you
Charisma.
were gone, you were basically continuing talking to people, doing the
Oh yeah,
door-to-door bread sales.
Get a
It's
nat
a-
20
Come on. 16.
plus 2.
Yeah.
18.
Each.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
So. Oh. I would say so, Jim. As you're walking around, actually, so this would I'll count this as a thing for today, because you guys are still doing the rewind a little bit to meeting after the stuff first thing in the morning. Be timey-wimey.
Really loud.
I'll have something for you during today's events.
Okay.
But is there anything else you guys were talking about on that? Is that about it for the group powwow?
You think
I would probably mention to Hanu that I was going to make the silver weaponry and get it all
Okay.
prepared.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll get you.
And
I'll get you those bullets as well.
I'll give you 100 silver or whatever. And then, if anybody wants to go with me to the Milfords, I think that's kind of where
Yeah, I'll go.
that's where I would like to go.
I want to meet this lady.
Or
So are you gonna
I don't really like this Father Magnus dude either, but
go with him?
Yeah.
I just kind of want to murder
So
him.
he I think Zodan said he was going with us, right?
We're going to the church, right?
No, to the
I want to go to the Milfords.
to the Milford.
I mean, unless you have a different idea.
Not that I'm aware of. No, unless we want to investigate the church directly. Unfortunately, that would cause a big scene.
Yeah,
We could just start blasting.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh yeah,
god.
let's start a lightning storm right in the middle of church. Yeah, that's a great idea.
I think that would be very effective, actually.
I'm-
That's a very smart thing right there.
Yeah. I mean, it's remind back to the earlier warnings of some people in this town are scaled high enough where if you do dumb things, you may get killed.
It's okay to investigate the Milfords. I do agree. We have no other leads. The only other one I can think about would be interrogating that werewolf individual, the one who was cursed.
Yeah, you guys had you hadn't done the zone of truth or anything on him like
I
that.
would have done the zone of truth on him.
I mean, you want to go
You
do
haven't
that?
yet, though.
You
I will
wanna-
say, there hasn't been a trial for him yet.
Can we go?
Well, we should probably get to him before the trial.
Yeah,
I want him alive.
I do.
let's go there first, and then maybe head to the mill.
We could
And
always
we have a curfew.
we could
now,
always
right?
split up too again.
We got people from the Inquisition.
I want to
We don't
stop
need a curfew.
splitting up personally.
Yeah, I was gonna say too though. So for
Probably a good idea.
I will say so. There's a good chance there will be a trial for him the following day.
Okay,
So yeah, we should do that.
So
which
you
you could basically, you know, interrogate him and
present
do
your
that
evidence
publicly.
there.
Yeah. And make your case
Maybe
for
I
if you want
wanted
to keep
talk,
him alive.
Maybe I wanted to talk to the werewolf.
You absolutely can. I won't stop
I
you.
want to see if there's any kind of.
All right. So,
I want to go to the Milford house now.
are you wanting to go early, or so Vosh is heading off to do the blacksmithing
I'm doing the blacksmithing.
till
so-
like mid-afternoon?
Yep.
Okay, what do you guys want to do until then? Because I would like to. All
I'm
be
heading
together.
towards the werewolf with my zone of truth thing. I could probably interrogate him. as
So you want
best
to
I
do
could.
an interrogation in the
Well, if
meantime.
we're gonna do that, then I'm taking my nap.
Drug's taking a nap. You're going to interrogate. Vosh is
Vosh
going to make
forging.
weapons.
Take a
Oh,
nap
you,
until
you
later.
let's say
in the
you
day.
were cutting hair and
Yeah. Cutting hair and then
spreading it off. So kind of power nap, get like an hour or so of sleep, and then go back to it.
Yep.
Jim, what are you doing? Business as usual.
Yeah.
And then Zoldan was going to interrogate. So you two are going for like interrogating the wolf guy right away.
Sure.
All right.
Zoldan.
A cleric and a warlock walk into a bar.
Walk into a jail cell.
Unlikely duo.
So as you guys are at the jail, you would see so the
You're a deputy, right?
Yeah, I'm a deputy.
he is a deputy. So you would see that the sheriff is present currently. He's just sitting at the desk, ruffling through some paperwork. The jailer, the very imposing furball man, he is present and basically has a chair set up, watching the cells. So these two large cells. Sorry, just one moment.
I'm guessing the Inquisitors already came by here already, huh?
They did. They did go right from talking to you to do their own, investigations. So they would have left by now. And go with the time frame of you guys stopping and having breakfast and a chit chat.
Okay.
It's probably late morning at this point.
You take the lead. You're the deputy. I'm just a what is that, a liaison?
If I may ask, what did anything that the Inquisitors got out of him?
Who are you asking?
The deputy, the both of them, the
Well, I'd be the sheriff.
the
so.
sheriff, yeah.
Well, I was still a little tied up when he was talking to him. I didn't catch it all, but I know Delvin's been here the whole time. Yes, the Inquisitor asked a lot of key questions, though the Wolf Man didn't have many answers. But I'm sure he'd be willing to tell you all himself. Stale information now. No, wait, I gotta lock in for this. Oh.
A year's pension. You're very brave.
Right. I'm going to do a zone of truth.
Okay. You attempt to cast the spell on him.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get my dice. Yes, you cast the spell. What's the save he has to make? The wisdom save?
I think it's more of a charisma save, isn't it?
I think it's a wisdom save.
Yeah, charisma saving throw.
Yeah, I'm crazy. Ignore me. He fails. With all of a 8.
Yeah, that definitely fails.
He is compelled to tell you the truth. He feels this magic washing over him. Oh, what have you done to me?
Nothing to worry about.
Well, he knows he's compelled to tell the truth, so.
All right. You said you had a curse placed on you. Did you see an individual that placed this curse on you, or did it just come in the middle of the night?
The second one, it was placed on me when I slept.
While you were here in Rhoda.
Yes,
So you weren't a werewolf before coming here.
All right. Have you had any dreams or any visions of anything lately since you've been cursed?
I have had horrible, haunting nightmares. Oh, they make my skin crawl. And I felt quite unwell.
Oh boy.
And as it says, it's like at a closer glance, you'd see he does look like, bags under his eyes, kind of gaunt skin.
He's been dealing with it.
Shit. Any questions you want to ask him?
Yeah, is something like compelling you to do anything? Is there I don't know, do you see anything else while you're out there? Do you remember shit as a werewolf when you're a werewolf?
It's
No.
sudden.
Blank.
It's quite infrequent and controlled transformation.
But it does not happen on just
So it sounds like a remote activation almost.
like a sleeper agent?
Kind of.
Hold on, let me roll a check real quick. He looks at you confused. Whatever it is, it's.
So
I thought it was the same. I thought werewolves only changed on a full moon, but seems I can't control it.
Okay.
And when I change, I just lose myself.
So we're
Have you
dealing.
ever seen any witches? Just gonna ask you, Seamus. Can't tell me lies. I just want you to tell me everything you do remember.
One time, a while ago,
How long?
I think it was
Like while you were a werewolf?
6 months or so. No, that has been newer within
Oh.
the past month. But about 6 months ago, I do recall seeing strange things in the woods. I remember seeing 3 ladies dancing to the north of the town around what looks like a large bonfire. But Seamus is no fool. I see this as I'm walking through the graveyard at night.
Oh,
Aye.
through the graveyard.
Oh, yes, north. So north of the graveyard, the woods. I tend the graveyard, so I was walking around at night. We had recently had a death. I was getting a hole finished. I saw this large fire and these women dancing.
Let me guess. They were naked or something, or they had like hoods and all that.
I didn't get close enough to see. You see something like that out here, I go back inside, mind my own. You stay alive longer that way.
Well then. What is
Alright, well, you are a werewolf, so I don't know. Is there, I have removed curse. Could I guess? Well, I guess I should do that. No, I don't want to do that because then everyone would know I have magic powers, and then I'd probably die.
There is currently the sheriff and jailer and him present and Zoldan.
Do you know how to remove a curse, Soldan? Don't you? Didn't you do that to me when I got almost petrified to death?
It was a greater restoration.
greater restoration?
Was it?
Lesser restoration, I think.
Something like that.
I mean, I can try to
I
think.
mean, you probably have one of those spells. If you like.
I do have remove
Yeah.
curse as a spell, but unfortunately, I don't have it in my spell cast because I think I can change them all. But
Only every morning, yeah.
Kind of almost whenever you want.
I could actually have changed it. I could have changed.
But you didn't.
Actually,
But you would.
So he does. He said that he doesn't really remember get in bed, he just like woke up one night, was cursed.
And horrible
Felt it.
nightmares.
So he didn't get like, because like usually a werewolf is like you get bit, right? Or it's passed down like through your family, isn't it?
Lore wise, I mean, you could give me a history check.
That's me.
I'm
You
not,
can go with your knowledge.
That's a 3 for
I'm not good with deception
Hunter
either.
3.
If I want to deceive them, that's the problem because I can remove curse.
I mean, you can use magic. You're literally the holiest of us all.
Yeah.
The three.
You could pretend to be a cleric. I mean, really, what's the difference between a warlock and a cleric?
The
anyway?
problem is what's going to happen if the
Mine
sheriff
just
or the
looks
forebog
spooky,
reports
I
him.
think.
The problem is what's going to happen if the sheriff or forebog reports him.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I could distract them.
I have said, if you guys use magic, it is the key thing is presentation.
Yeah. Says, and I mean, most of my stuff is.
Actually,
what does Hanu's magic look like, anyways? I'd imagine
Definitely-
it's a lot of like purples,
I definitely
right?
think it's like purples and.
Well, Zoldan's got like the blues and more.
actually,
golds.
blue could combine with the purple and all that. But
I think
thing is, like, I could put on a show and a performance, like outside or something.
You could just murder them.
I'm kidding.
Sometimes I question if Hanu's the good guy.
It's just
Oh, he is a
sometimes it's the quickest route.
He is a warlock. That kind of baseline makes him moderately evil.
I don't have any other questions.
You know it's easy when you're evil.
Just pray to gods.
Wait a minute.
Well, I'm
Okay.
afraid of failures.
Actually, I have an idea.
Idea away.
I could guide these two, like they can tell them out to go get lunch because they can trust me since I'm a deputy in a way.
You're going to
So you're
basically try and say, you guys can knock off and take lunch. I'll keep an eye on him while we interrogate him.
That way he can remove a curse and all that.
I don't have remove curse anymore. Actually, I took it out of my stuff.
Fudge! And I don't think I could.
You
Can I-
have to prepare yours because the cleric, you should be able to switch it every day at dawn.
Yeah, I can only do it whenever.
And it's still morning. I could actually take it.
Currently day.
Yeah, I think it's on a long rest.
Hmm. Yeah, let me see.
It is possible. I can probably talk to the.
I mean, are you're wanting to?
Yeah, you can. So you can prepare a list of spells at the end of each long rest. So next time you take a long rest, assuming you do, you could.
I will.
prepare a
I'll
spell.
I'll change that. I'll change that in the morning if the Inquisitors will allow it because I can.
I mean, I would
his
say if
trial's gonna be tonight, isn't it?
usually they do them first thing in the morning when they're gonna have a trial. You guys kind of brought him in the morning, so they didn't prepare.
So just wait till tomorrow, and then when he's on trial, you can
Remove curse.
remove curse on him. And then maybe he'll be able to give us some information, or maybe the witches will.
Reveal themselves. Actually, that's a good spectacle. It'll actually give the witches like more reason to be frustrated, and
Someone's foiling it.
someone will show facial expressions like "What the frig?"
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching
The
that
little girl out there
weird
already.
Yeah,
little girl.
I'm gonna have to put a letter in. I'm gonna have to talk to the Inquisitor here about this.
Sorry,
So what to now? We'll just leave him, and then you're gonna do that tomorrow. So
I can do that tomorrow morning.
you just do it whenever they do the.
More
No, they already did.
for Jim. As you guys wrap up this interrogation, as you are going around, how would Jim be like going, selling her sweet stuff? Would it be like little skipping or,
Well,
flying?
probably flying because I think it might be kind of hard for her to skip with her pulling a basket like.
Maybe a small bit.
Small basket, small sweets,
Yeah, I think it might be easier for her to fly.
Size.
bite-sized treats.
Yeah.
It's your new brand deal.
Yep.
Very glittering around, delivering sweet treats.
So as Jim's going around selling these treats, probably in passing, like talking to people, you would overhear some conversation. I had heard there was some strangeness last night. Apparently, the Milfords had some kind of an argument, and apparently Chester's wife had run off. Took their child too.
You son of a bitch.
Where would they even go in the town?
Here, and she.
So that's what's a mystery to me is where could you even go here? There's no other settlements nearby. She's a witch. I don't know what kind of argument you could have where you want to bend with the wolves. Especially right now. I hear they've got one of the pack, but I hear their alpha is 10 foot tall and bloodthirsty. I'm not going anywhere near my door at night. That is what Jim overhears.
And Jim just like, that's right, kid.
Chester has a kid?
I don't think Jim knows that he had kids. Or does she know?
He had a kid with a werewolf in the 6 days you've been here. You got it. He's been passing me notes for the past like 5 sessions. He's been up to things. Jim and James.
Okay, she's just like kind of like little weirded out by the rumor and just kind of just goes about her way.
All right. So you guys go to meet back later in the day, having your interrogations and working completed. You do have those silver bullets now. As Vosh has finished them.
Yep.
What's up, guys?
Well, we got thanks to the Zone of Truth, we were able to get some information.
Good. Oh, before what time of day is it right now?
Oh, see, it's like towards later afternoon, end of work time, basically. So about 4 or 5 o'clock.
That's more than a short.
I would say, for this point, you could take a long rest.
And also,
I didn't really need a long rest, but why don't we make it so I took a short rest? And
Yeah,
then,
if you wanted to have done something before. Sorry,
Yeah.
I skipped over you a little.
say I woke up around noon, I wanted to send my hawk out, looking around the outskirts of town and report back any buildings outside of town that it may have noticed.
Do a perception check for the hawk. And how far do you sending it? Just in the outskirts of town?
Yeah,
Which are not by the ocean side, but
right. Within, like, I don't know, outside of town, it's a mile or two, depending on how much time he's got.
so a few hours.
Yeah.
I'd say you'd probably pick like a section if you want to stretch that far out of like northeast and dead north or like northwest.
Northeast, northwest. Northeast would be towards the ocean, right?
No, so that'd be south of the town. Or yeah, you could also choose like east, west. Basically, so if you have the map,
Go north.
Hunter the map man.
excuse me, you want that?
Yeah, just have it out so you can kind of see the areas. So, I mean, it'd pretty much be from like where the town's at. Yeah, you'd be able to choose like, I mean, you could pretty much most of the south would be ocean. But you could choose basically a quadrant of like east, northeast, north,
Where's the
northwest,
Where's the sun through?
north. So basically do north down.
Okay. Let's try towards the northwest. 15.
15. So, with a 15, your hawk does go around for a couple of hours investigating, but you do not wind up finding anything. A lot of it's covered by thick canopy of trees, and what's open is small little clearings, but nothing to really draw the attention. Nothing out of the ordinary. No signs of like a constructed building.
Okay.
I wonder if it's like under an illusion or something.
Possibly.
Well, so I'd say at this point you guys meet back up. So
Yeah.
you're about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, wherever you guys would have met at. You know, where do you think you guys would be in town?
Okay.
At the end for now.
I would.
I would say I'd like to head to the Milfords, you know. Talk to lady.
And also, I have an idea if you guys are willing to go along with it, but I'm also going to need eyes everywhere. I'm going to if I can remove the curse tomorrow while on trial, that would actually help them and put on a spectacle. And we also, if there are witches in the area, they could also give away their position by showing facial expressions.
Yeah.
Good point.
Also,
we
I
should
did
definitely do that in the morning.
I did manage to craft a silver dagger. Do you think we should, you know, propose this to the church before then, just in case?
It's a good idea because at least that way they can be prepared. But we also got to be careful of the church too, because
Right.
if it is infiltrated, there is a chance that this thing could blow up in our faces.
I mean, you also have the authority to bless weapons, don't you?
I do.
And
Blast them.
I can bless weapons.
Bless them.
It would probably just take me sitting for hours. I'll tell you that much.
yeah, it's an option.
Just need to get holy water and everything.
I would say if you're gonna present the weapons to the church, we should probably wait till you have a couple more. Just like the one dagger.
Still a
that's
good
not really gonna
presentation.
help.
But we can show your first one as a craftsmanship
Right.
to show the effort.
Right.
To do that. But I would like to head to the Milford. I'm not sure if everybody wants to come along.
I wouldn't mind coming.
I wouldn't mind either. We've already gotten some information, but I have to rest tonight if I want to have the remove curse ability ready.
That's true.
I mean, we are under curfew too, so I mean.
Well, with me around, since I'm a deputy, with me around as a deputy, it actually will be a lot easier.
Pioneering the angst team.
So I'd like to head to the Milford house, I guess.
All right. La 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 la. You make your way over. What you see, again, very humble home before you. There are a couple of people currently present. You would see standing there. Sorry, I've got to scroll through something. A classic Tyler move. So you would see a man standing there. Beefy man with like swept up brown hair, neat trim beard, and it's like a goatee and a little bit of a twirled mustache. And like very plain clothes. But he is talking to the bald, very gruff looking, wearing the plain robes, orcish man who you guys have met. The Inquisitor Gary Contrary. So you see they're having some kind of quiet conversation in front of the house.
Nobody else, just the two of them.
Currently just the two of them.
Would walk up, I guess. Kind of let one of the deputies take the lead.
All right, so yeah, who's taking the lead? So Frug and
I'll pipe in once you guys start talking about it.
What's going on here?
also as you approach, I'll say so. Okay, who's walking first?
Yeah, I'm like with Zol. I'm walking with Zol.
You guys
so I'm
walk
just
up.
like,
So
what's
you would-
going on?
You would hear the tail end of the conversation as you approach. Well, it's unusual, especially with a child missing too. This could be the work of witches.
Oh no.
I agree.
We'll keep our eyes peeled for any sightings of her or the child. Thank you for letting us know, Justin.
Girl.
Yep, my daughter.
Wait, the girl
Child.
the girl in black?
No.
No.
The one that had the facial expressions and all that?
No.
Jaster's kid?
Oh no, he has a kid?
The 10-foot tall werewolf.
My uncle?
But that way it was her, the wife and their daughter, right?
I don't think you have looked into this family in particular.
You,
Different person, I believe. 'Cause-
I'm just gonna knock first.
I mean, they're standing out front currently having this conversation. It's like he's standing in the doorway finishing a conversation as you guys have walked up. You heard the tail end of it.
Sorry if we're interrupting.
Oh, Zoldan and Frog and company.
Yes.
Yes.
Suppose word travels fast, huh? Looking
Uh,
into the situation.
apparently.
Can you give us details on this whole situation right now?
Of course, Chester here tells me him and his wife had a bit of an argument. Some kind of concerns about the recent attacks, and well, apparently she had run off with their young boy, Bo.
Oh,
Apparently, he had been taken. She went somewhere. He's not sure of her whereabouts. Had gone towards the center of town and hasn't come back since last night.
They ran towards town, not out of town.
No one seems to have seen their whereabouts, where they've gone.
Can
I've
I
asked
see if
her.
I can?
You didn't watch them leave. You just let them
Uh,
run.
So Chester would pipe in. Well, if I'm being honest, I got a bit heated last night. Things have just been so tense. I had snapped.
Over what?
Oh, a bit of this and that was just. It turned into a bit of a shouting match. I'd had a little too much to drink. The bottom line was I upset her, and she ran off.
Can I do a survival check and see if I can see like any footprints leaving the house, like of a female variety?
You
Female
absolutely can look for footprints of the female variety.
Leave. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. That is 10 and 4. That's 14.
14. You can see like the footprints leaving down what would be basically like a sandy, driveway. Well, not driveway, walkway.
Mm-hmm.
One day. You'd see like a clear pair of footprints leaving the walkway. But as it gets towards like the more established roads, you'd see like more footprints that kind of obscured where this trail went off to.
Dang it.
She doesn't have any. You guys don't have any other friends or family in town.
I mean, say we have a decent amount of friends. The insert random name here and random name here. And the neighbors like us well enough. I do logging work in the town, so friends with a few of the guys there. I don't know where she could have gone it. And also, for reference, you guys are actually so northeast of the town, next to the schoolhouse.
this is the prisoner we're talking to, right?
No, this would be Chester Milford.
Would
Chester.
Sorry,
would she have gone
similar
to?
voices.
Would she possibly have gone to the schoolhouse over there?
I mean, well, I wouldn't imagine it should have been in session today. I don't think that she would have. I mean,
I mean,
a
it's
child Bo is too young for schooling. He's a young boy, not even a toddler yet, really.
Does anything weird happen with your wife and your kid?
And the only weird thing has been, the killings happening. I know they haven't been in our part of town, but they've had her very stressed. Oh, and she did say one of the priests was quite rude to her the other day. Very upsetting.
Which
priest?
Oh, the one they put on the stocks, the pervert.
Oh, the Reverend.
Yes, Reverend Pervson, or whatever his name was.
Exactly his name.
Degenerates as far as the eye can see in this town. I thought we came here for better.
These old Anne's just having a frustrated look on his face right now. He doesn't want to say anything. He doesn't want to tick off anyone.
Yep.
You okay over there, Zoltan? Yep. Bob would know that because he.
Yep.
He's like,
Why are so many people ready to convict one person yet they don't even see what's inside of their own cells?
Well, if I could see inside myself, I'd be no better off than the butcher.
Never mind.
Simple folk, simple times. But
So no leads.
I mean, if you guys happen to see her, I'd be really appreciative if you let me know.
We'll keep an eye out.
Yeah.
Best we can.
She says, I don't know where they could be. I can't imagine they would have left the town. They must be here somewhere.
They never did like venture into the woods together or anything.
Not that I saw. I mean, I saw her walk off in the direction of the town square.
Maybe she went to see the.
She went to the
What's the map?
So you see,
right now.
right there. You know, for this.
What's town square?
What do you say? Yeah. I mean, and the only places you guys have gone would be like, towards there. I mean, towards the town square. It's near the church, near where you guys stay.
Maybe we should investigate that schoolhouse because even though it might be it's in the same vicinity pretty much. Possibility she could have gone there.
You can try.
All right. You guys want to go investigate the schoolhouse?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah.
Give it a look. See.
Anyway.
All right. So you guys head off that way.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry. And someone distract while you walk. I have to get two things ready for Jeff the second to get that pulled up.
Happy times coming, including a great vacation.
Yeah.
I listen to Eastern Orthodox.
No.
Oh yeah, that.
So I guess so as you are getting closer to the schoolhouse, you'd see it's like the very sort of stereotypical. It's got it's like the little single building, couple windows off to the side. You can see into it. It's right next to it, guys. Right here, and it's got the little school bell set up in the top of it. You guys know that's actually what they've been ringing whenever they've been calling people to the town square. Like been working in the town. I'd say for like especially for Vosh and for Jim, you guys would have heard like it rings throughout the day. Basically starts like recess and calls them back in. You see, there's like a little open section of field behind like back of there where you see these kinds of like toys, not drawn on the map, but set up there. It'd be red building of like bright paint with a white trim.
Okay.
And it'd be Roanoke Elementary.
Aww.
It's the highest school they have.
What? No middle school? No high school?
I think they're a little
I
too
don't-
young for
I-
trigonometry.
I don't think they had those kind of schools back in the olden days.
The olden days.
I mean, what? You should
They
probably
had
have.
them, but usually in big
They should probably have a school of theology.
There you go.
again.
I was gonna say
Here we go.
They do have a church. It's the largest building in town.
Let you.
Okay.
I mean, what happens if you start teaching your kids algebra? I mean, that'd be interesting.
Great.
That's what we play fantasy games for. To teach kids algebra.
And bless you.
Your old type.
It's like,
Got a cold?
No, it's just when I sneeze, the back of my throat itches. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Does not sound good.
Okay.
Whatever.
Heroes. But yes, you guys are at the school. I mean, who's leading? What are you guys doing here? Or what do you want to look at?
I want to just see if there's any evidence of anything that's not
Anything
Like
out of the
it.
ordinary?
yes,
Yeah.
anything out of the ordinary.
Check the yard
Outside, inside,
Like-
or outside the church. You want to check. I'd say so. If you're checking it, which side would you check, and who's checking what? Give
I
me
probably
both.
I'd probably check around the outside, see if I
It sounds
see-
like Frug's doing that too. Do you guys want to like pick a side to start checking out?
I'll probably pick
Hmm.
like the side that's closer to where their house was to see if I can see anything. from
Actually,
over here.
is
Go
there
to
a
the front
way?
door.
Actually, is there a way I can get up on top of the roof because of my perception that's 17?
Are you trying to climb the building?
You know what? Why not?
Okay. So hold on. We have. So what were you saying? Which
I,
side?
I'm checking the side that's like from the house we just came
Okay. So left side of the
from.
building.
Left side of the building.
Right side of the building.
Checking inside.
Walking inside. Climbing the building. Jim and Hanu. You're just walking inside Hanu. Jim.
Jim Long can actually fly.
No. Sultan has a broom of flying. I don't know if he wants to
Oh,
use
that's right.
it,
I don't think I want to.
the best town to use it in.
Right.
Oh, look at me! I can fly. Yeah. So it's investigation for Frug and Vosh. We'll do that.
So that's going to be a 19.
17 and 19. So I would say this is a. You're both investigating, and you both get a sense of something unusual as you look around. It's not anything you're looking at, where you don't see anything too unusual, but you both, as you like scanning around the side of the building, keep following this trail of a scent that's hard to. I'd say for Frog, it's like a bit hard to pick up what it is, but Vosh with the 19. You're fairly certain it's the smell of something dead. But it's then you kind of follow along the left side of the building, but you keep going and you're sure it's like probably somewhere more out to that little play yard field, and it's a very faint scent, but having been around enough stuff like this, you're just about picking up on this smell. It's a bit off.
And I would meet up in Frog and like tell him what I.
Well, it's basically you guys would probably have met up around the back of the building.
Right. I would tell him like
That's what that smell is.
yeah, it smells like something dead.
Like probably towards like end of it's like an open kind of recess field, right? So you see there's like probably some balls, an old hoop and stick. I must say they have a tetherball.
Yeah, it's coming from out over there.
Somewhere, and you check. There's probably a few like scattered trees throughout that direction as well, kind of in the like mostly open field, but there's a couple of like trees there before it gets to the wood line, kind of sparsely
Check that
located.
area.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Investigation.
Oh, well, I'll loop back to you guys. I'm going to do Zoldan's first on climbing. Zoldan, could you give me an athletics check?
Athletics, I don't think I'm going to do. That's 7. I'm going to fall.
I'm going to loop back to Zoldan in a moment.
I'm going to fall down next to these guys.
No.
As Zoldan's climbing, Jim, were you watching Zoldan?
Yeah.
Just flying next to him?
It's like.
Or just flying behind him, like watching? What would Jim be doing? Just standing there watching?
Let's see. What would Jem be doing?
Yeah, up to you.
I feel like she probably would try to like kind of flutter like a little bit past Zoldan.
So you're just like above him, kind
Yeah.
of watching him climb.
Yeah.
Zoldan starts like climbing the side of the building, kind of climbing along like probably one of the corner posts, gives you a pretty good grip to like work your way up. It's like scaling a wall, pretty tough. You guys walk in. Sorry, I give me 1 second. Sorry, I'm writing down a name so I remember it. Okay, as you make your way in, you would see the room is mostly empty, apart from one lady who's sitting there. It would be an elven woman with a bit tanner of a complexion. She's wearing like full black dress with like white accents. She has her hair up in a high, tight bun and has these moon rimmed spectacles on. And she looks up as you come in from a stack of papers. Oh, hello. What brings two of you here?
I'm looking for the. What was her name?
Miss Miller.
Milford?
Yeah,
Milford.
What was her first name? Did we get her first name?
Mary Margaret Milford.
We're looking for Mary Milford. Have you seen her and her son by chance today?
Let me think. I usually got a pretty good memory for these things. Yeah, I do recall. Well, I've been teaching today. It was a bit of a hotter day today, so I'd actually left the doors open while I was teaching. I could see people going by quite well. I don't remember seeing her walk by or go by while there was a recess or anything like that. And sometimes when she stops by, I'll talk to her, but no, I haven't seen her today, I'm afraid.
See? Okay, so maybe he's lying.
A lot of the time she'll come to the market, but no, I haven't seen her. Or the precious little baby boy, I'd remember him. He's such a cutie.
How old is the baby? Like a baby?
He's a baby.
Oh,
Well, not quite a newborn, but not quite a toddler, I think. No, a little over a year.
Too young for you to know him in school then, huh?
okay. Yeah.
I could try teaching him, but some of it may be lost on him. I like to think myself a miracle worker teaching out here, but there's only so much one that you can do. Yeah, so then you guys here in the background would see, so it'd be from a front window, you'd see Zoldan falling off with the scream in the distance.
What are you trying to do?
As you take 6 of damage, you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's fine.
As you
Jim just kind of
fall
like
off the building.
peers over and goes, "You good?"
I can see face planting the ground like, I'm fine.
Jim, do you continue going up?
Yeah, why not?
As you get up, you would see top of the building. It has on the back side of the building a ladder that leads up to the to the section where the bell would be rang.
Mm-hmm.
Wish I had.
Would Schlug see this fall?
You guys wouldn't. You'd probably hear thud.
Pulls his head up. Wish right now I had my wings back.
What's gonna happen before Jim?
I was just about to say.
He's an ASMR.
Yeah.
I bet he misses those wings now.
He's a fallen. He has wings, but they can't make him fly.
Now he's double falling.
Yep. Falling again.
He's definitely a fallen ASMR.
Shut up.
He's a fallen squared.
Like he just picks his head up and looks at you both like, please tell me
You
you.
can't see us. We didn't see it.
No, yeah,
We
they're
didn't see you.
so they're behind the building now.
Okay.
We heard you.
Jim, you would see them like walking off in the distance towards that area as you guys continue your check.
Yeah.
Who would like to do the perception check? 'Cause you guys are together, so really you could do it with advantage if one of you is doing it.
I'll do it.
Yeah, let's go with advantage. You do it.
This would be a perception or investigation.
My
I got
my investigation's better.
I would say I think Fred's
Actually, yeah, my investigation's +8.
he rolled
I got a 13 plus 4.
13 plus 4, so a 17.
Mm-hmm.
As the two of you fan out, you continue making your way through and following the smell, and you keep losing it. It takes a little while, but eventually, as Vosh is kind of sniffing around, Frug's kind of looking high and low, you wind up just kind of feeling around this tree, looking to like the sides fit, and your hand happens to just slip inside a little hole, a little burrow in the tree, and you feel something wet touch your hands.
Yeah.
As you pull your hand out, you see what looks like congealed blood.
Ew. Nasty. I think I found where it is.
Did Zoldan hear all this?
No, they would be a good distance from you guys now.
Dang it.
Let's check to see what's inside that tree.
Yeah.
Is it in the tree or it's like under the
It's in like a hollow part of the tree.
Oh, like inside the tree.
It's like something inside this tree.
I'm just like get somebody and put him in the tree.
Hmm? Oh, okay. You're talking to me.
I know when we get there.
Sorry, yeah. I was looking for something. I was trying to decide on something. I'm gonna roll a d6 to see which things I pick. Okay. So as you look inside the tree, you would see a disturbing sight.
Oh boy.
As you see what could best be described as a mutilated animal.
Oh,
After like a little bit of glancing, how close would Vosh look at this?
well, he's already like he's kind of like he was like, and yeah, he'd probably look at it pretty close.
You like grab it or
No, I ain't gonna grab it. I'm just looking at it.
So from like a glance, you can see it's some kind of small. It's tough to see because it's kind of tucked in there a little, but some kind of definitely small creature. Probably not too much larger than like a squirrel or something, but you can't quite get a good look where it's tucked away in there.
It looks kind of like a dead squirrel, but freaking like it didn't die of natural causes.
See if we can get it out.
Huh. The hawk happily pops in there and pulls out the head of a hamster.
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 They're not native to this region.
Not that I know of either.
The blank continent. Unknown region.
Well, I've never seen them around here, so I mean,
More like a Middle Eastern kind.
yeah.
The wild hamsters in the field.
They actually are. There are hamsters. I will not. Just not here in the Americas.
Yeah, we're not in the Americas. I think technically we're on the Sword Coast. Eventually. But so yeah, he would pull out the head of this creature and then would pop back in and pull out parts of this little critter's body.
Okay.
Uh,
Doesn't notice anything else.
uh, from looking around, the hawk wouldn't see anything else. But it would be like in segments, pieces of this hamster pulled out, and it looks like it's been sitting there days.
At least what it smell.
Yeah.
Surprised it smelled from that far back, though.
You were being very investigative.
And I had a good nose.
I'm going to investigate the inside of that tree, see if there's anything else.
Oh, right.
See if there's any symbols and all that.
Investigation. check.
Whatever. That's a little better. What's that? 8 would be 23.
So you would see, as you look closer, you would find an etched symbol that's been scratched inside the tree. You know the exact symbol. I just don't want to do a specific one.
You know, as Bosch is a rune knight, you might recognize the symbol.
Do an Arcana check.
That too.
Big symbol would do. Sorry, Yashi.
Banishment.
Well, does a hamster sound familiar? Was that mentioned sometime earlier in the game?
Yeah, it's
Not like it was.
yeah, like someone lost their hamster or something like that.
So you would see this symbol carved in this tree.
You do an Arcana check on that?
Yes.
Oh,
Ooh,
come on.
nat 1.
Oh, 9.
I would say with a 9. I would say because it's Frog doing the check, you would know it is escaping you on what it is, but it is some kind of ritualistic symbol. Would be used for some kind of spell casting, but not something you're familiar with.
I draw it out on the sand. Bosh, does this symbol look familiar to you?
I was gonna say it also. I didn't do it quite the way I wanted it. So it's very close spaced together on the V, so it's almost a W. So
But I'll see if I know anything about it. Of course, it goes underneath there. So it's 10. So it's going to be what? Investigation or what?
It'd be Arcana.
Arcana? That's 11.
And 11, still not enough.
It doesn't seem familiar to me.
Am I able to do anything, or am I just sitting in?
Not there.
Your face paneled into the
this is
ground.
kind of them in the background this year.
Yeah, true.
Dusting yourself off. But
You get luckier on the rolls. I can't imagine
yeah.
either of you have bonuses on a panel like us.
The only thing I can do is
Yeah.
really rig more
I only got
perception and
one.
religion.
One on Arcana, so.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So
I rolled a one.
yeah, he's got a +6.
Oh my gosh.
So I mean, for the rest of you, is there anything else you guys want to ask or do while you're there?
How late is it?
I'd say this went probably 5.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe towards 5:30. So you guys had gone over, talked to the guy, then moved back over here.
It's not unusual. She'd still be around.
Well, it looks like so. If you're like glancing towards her, if you're in the building, you'd see it looks like she's sitting there grading papers. So there's like maybe small little bit of a stack of it looks like spelling homework, simple stuff like alphabet. So she looks most of the way done with a pile of homework.
Just ask her if she's seen anything suspicious in town. Like, I mean, she seems to always kind of be keeping an eye out, and she's got a good look at some town.
Well, I mean, I haven't seen anything too unusual, but I've been on the side of the town a bit away from all of this trouble that's been happening. But I do worry, living a bit close to the woods, that worried these witches are in the woods, that trouble may come to me eventually.
Do you live here at the schoolyard?
A couple houses north of here. And sorry, I don't think I've introduced myself. I'm Miss Lunarfall.
What is it?
Lunarfall. You know what the full name is? The elven names.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Adira Lunarfall.
Just gonna call her.
Yeah. Luna, close enough. Enough of them. Filling in the map, sorry. For reference, it is a couple houses above the Milfords. We're in the northeast part of town.
I'm just thinking maybe we should just start heading into the woods. Well, do we want to
You
go out
regroup
to where
with
they
everyone?
are? Yeah,
I mean,
What'd
so
you
you
say?
guys you guys regroup.
yeah.
So you see
Thank you.
Zoltan, dusty, a little bruised.
That was a good fall you had there, huh?
Zoltan.
What's that? Sorry.
Oh, you said good fall you had there.
Starting to learn how to fly again.
We can follow them out there now.
No, they had walked out to
We
you.
walked you.
Like, thought getting up there would actually give me a better look around the area or find something of interest. But no, I had to take the hard route.
Yeah,
I
you
can
could
fall off a
have
ladder.
gone off this ladder.
I assume you guys are walking to them.
Yeah, we're gonna
And
walk
we're walking back. So.
You see the ladder behind the building?
Here, oh yeah, does Jim see anything while she's up there by any chance? No.
There is nothing unusual on the roof. of
Right
this
now, I
building.
wish I had my wings again.
Ow.
So,
Ow.
days, old man.
Zoltan, we might want to talk in kind of private. Me and Frog found something.
I'm guessing something horrible.
Yeah, it ain't pretty. I said that.
All right.
Just a heads up, there was nothing up there on the roof anyway, so.
Our day school does have a cellar around back.
Let's check that out.
The cellar is locked.
We got a.
Deputy.
Teacher.
Oh yeah, we can.
Yeah. We'll pop back in ask the key to the cellar.
Yeah.
I'm not really supposed to let people in there. It's got all the different supplies in there, but
It's official Inquisition business.
okay, but I'd have
Take
to
care.
accompany you down.
That's fine. That's fine.
So she'd walk you down there. You'd see the basement of the school. It's set with basically well preserved like things of parchment, ink, Uh, it would have a nice case of like school books that seems to be in good condition, stored securely, as well as like emergency supplies that are stocked away in there.
Nothing
Maybe
really
a
out of the
deeper-
ordinary.
Not at like a glance.
Do an investigation.
I'd like to. I'd like to perceive anything out of the ordinary.
Nice. So 26.
So with 26,
Okay, never mind.
you
Near that.
scour through, and after checking everything out, it does seem fairly mundane.
Okay. I thank the teacher.
Right. Well, I hope that helped with the investigations. No, nothing hiding down there, right?
Yeah, we'll out of place anyway.
Well, that's good. And the key, I always have it on me. The only other copy of this one would be in the mayor's possession. So
That's understandable. At the very least, you guys are doing a good job trying to keep everything ordinary.
Should we tell the teacher about this squirrel? Maybe it's one of the kids.
No.
You mean the
Killed the
you
squirrel.
mean the hamster? Yeah. No, we would not.
you guys walk away.
We're kind of want to talk about this in private. You guys don't need to know
Let's
about it
not
yet.
ask about the school.
All right.
I do want to say, have you ever seen a symbol like that?
Am I able to roll anything?
You can.
Oh yes.
What?
Was it Arcana?
Yes.
It's a 19.
I'll say Arcana or History.
I'll do history. If I do history, that's a 22.
So, you would see as you ask her this, and you like draw out the symbol basically.
Yeah.
She gets a concerned look on her face as you say it and goes, oof. I have seen it before in some books, but it's a bit taboo to speak about here.
See,
It is a symbol for witchcraft.
do you remember any specifics about it? I'm not here to judge you on your past or anything like that. It just
Oh goodness, no, I would never dabble with that. I'm a scholar.
saying. So I understand.
Yeah. Funny enough, so Zoltan, you got what, 22 you said?
Yep.
So jeez. So basically what she's going to tell you is already going to be the same as what you would have gone. I remember seeing these things. Yours might be a little different actually, but you know from like religious point of view, that's like typically symbol that witches would use to mark a place they've been. Basically marking something like a boundary. Or somewhere where a ritual has taken place.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Witchcraft uses a lot of circle imagery and all that, and like points of interest.
Mhm.
My thing is like, I shouldn't say this out loud because the teacher is in here.
Well, I mean, so she's talking to Frog, basically giving him intel of it would be a symbol they'd use to like mark somewhere where they've done something, some kind of ritual or some kind
Wait
of
a
territory.
minute.
We found a dead end.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
You'd see like she goes a bit gaunt. What kind of animal was it?
Hamster.
Hamster.
Her heart sinks a bit as you say this. Oh no!
Wait a minute.
It's the class pet.
It's been missing for 3 days now. The kids had gone out for recess and it was sorry, need one moment.
One of your kids.
You can see Zoldan right now is deep in thought right now about this.
And,
Girl.
yeah, I'm trying to remember her name, sorry.
Little bitch.
Yep.
You need her name?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure I have it. Right. I'm
Connor's
gonna
keeping
save it
track
on.
on that.
Connor's keeping track, yeah. Why am I forgetting this? Killing me. It's been a long week.
Who's ready?
No, that's the wrong one. Yes, Susie was, she said she had been playing with it while everyone was out at recess and that she'd left the tank open. And we thought he'd gotten out. Spent a few days looking for him. Oh.
Is Susie the Cougar girl?
He is the girl you've been keeping tabs on.
Just making sure.
Oh. And do you show her like where it was?
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like some kind of an animal got to it. Oh goodness!
Well,
But you think a witch?
well, I would be indicated by the symbol.
Yeah,
I think it was one of your kids.
it might be.
Oh, I can imagine Susie doing that. She's a sweet girl.
I believe those types call that a sigil.
A sigil.
Wait a minute. We've been thinking about something here for a while since you saw that symbol with the hamster. And everything.
Yes.
Which is what from what I remember from some of my interests, from my religious area. Witches use a lot of points and symbols. They use areas like the markings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there's probably other markings, and witches like to use circles a lot or an area of interest, so that way they can encircle the entanglement. It keeps their magics aligned in a circle to keep it contained as well.
Could be.
Or maybe I'm out thinking this too much.
Depends on the kind
I
of
just-
witch
I
we're
write
talking
down-
about. Which is a very loose term.
I write down his theories as I hear them. Don't let me.
Well, it's just what I've seen from a lot of.
Well, it's
Don't
also
want anyone
anything you
spreading
guys.
misinformation.
I was gonna say anything you guys say as rumors in front of NPCs. I just keep tabs of.
Well, I heard some rumors in town. Apparently, there's if you use a silver razor and a werewolf, it turns him back to normal.
I wonder where they got that idea.
Hold on.
Glaring at Jasker.
I've heard that one too.
I had heard. There's apparently still more of those wolves out in the woods. Apparently there's a giant one. Some kind of alpha of the pack. He's, red like fires of hell, and he's 10 foot tall.
Okay, still 10 feet tall.
Yeah, so gotta keep an eye out for
Bigger.
that.
Oh boy.
Also, another
Actually-
rumor. Another rumor.
Oh,
Sorry.
You're
Another rumor I heard is that something about you having a kid, Jester.
Oh no, not here.
Here. Oh, yeah, I kind of was raising eyebrows when I heard that too. Like, he has a kid?
No, I'd never bring a kid into this place.
Yeah, apparently you had a kid with the Mayfeld lady. Or how do you pronounce the name again? Melford?
Melford lady?
It's been in 6 days. How fast do you think you act?
I don't know. I don't know. Oh, it kind of depends on the race of the person. I don't know.
Probably good thing.
I think like fastest would be like
days?
Eric
I'm not
Topher,
sure of
but
any
it's not.
species that goes that quick.
The elves. I don't think elves lay eggs, do they?
No,
I think at this point we've overstayed our welcome.
Yeah.
I don't know what type
She'll-
of frog back home lays. That reproduces pretty quickly. It's my type of frog.
She is at this point. The teacher is going to excuse herself back to her work.
I
This
think
conversation's a little too spicy for my taste. But please, carry on.
I was hearing
Can
banging.
you remind me where that Susie girl lives before I ask her where she lives?
Well-
I never found their house.
You're with the Inquisition for the town. I suppose it would be all right to let you know their address. But again, I really don't think she would do that. She's such a sweet girl.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm currently cooking. So towards the bottom left there should mark the Abernathy residence.
And then before we leave, I would say you haven't seen any like weird bonfires out in the woods within the past couple of months, have you?
Okay. Not that I've heard of. I haven't heard any rumors or anything about that either. I'd heard about some strange figures, creations made out of twigs and branches in the woods. But yes, probably some kind of effigies or strange sculptures. But I thought it was just some of the kids playing, in the woods. They shouldn't, but
Do you know where roughly in the woods?
I know some of them were on the woods just north of where the kids have recess, so a bit, but maybe half a mile into the woods.
That's kind of where we found where that symbol was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
North of the symbol, yes.
Yeah.
We should check that out.
We should definitely check that.
Yep.
All right, so
All right,
probably
thank
going to
you.
about 6:30 now. As you guys have finished up all the stuff here.
Should we head in the fucking woods?
Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, because we think the one lady and the kid might be in the woods
Best time to find someone misbehaving at night is
at night.
at night in the woods.
Should we
At night.
go eat dinner and then go to the woods? We just have to be out of town by the time the sun sets, right? Because the curfew's at sunset.
Sundown.
Yeah, sundown.
So you guys pop
Pretty much
in.
the tip of that.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
just
you
haven't-
guys have not.
Well, we're just their
I
liaison.
thought we had just talked to the sheriff about that.
Yeah, he said we could.
Okay.
All right,
Um,
I'm down to go if you guys are down to go.
Yep.
So you guys pop in for a quick meal at the inn,
Yep.
and then make your way to
Woods
the
behind,
woods. So yeah, where are you going to the
Right,
woods at?
like,
What section of town?
directly behind where.
Well, right. I think we should start right where we found the symbol.
Yeah.
North of the schoolhouse.
Yeah.
All right. So
I want to try to be a lookout, yeah, for any of these effigies or whatever, and those runes that.
I want to see if I can find any more.
See if I can see if there's any usually also this is just pure speculation, but witches are also associated with crows a lot, right? Because usually crows can mean death.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cast
Yeah.
Eldritch Sight.
Like usually if there's like a lot of crows or buzzards around there.
I'm gonna cast. I have Eldritch Sight, so it lets me cast Detect Magic at will, and I just kind of want to keep that going as we're walking through. The
once you
like get out.
start get out of town.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys start basically from the schoolyard where you saw this, and will make your way north into the evening.
I want to see if I can keep my eye out for any more of those little symbol areas. Yeah.
So you're looking for any marked trees, any symbols,
Right.
anything like that.
Yep.
All right. So. Right, random mark night six. Question for you guys: is anybody wearing earplugs?
I am.
I
Yeah.
I was about to say.
You're
Yeah.
putting in earplugs, earplugs,
Yep.
earplugs. You're not. You're not. You're not. And Jaster, you're trying to listen along to, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna have you do a spin. What was it? What was the check?
It's a charisma check.
Yeah, so charisma. As you guys are in the woods, as basically shortly after nightfall, for Hanu's logging it. This time it's probably about 2 hours after nightfall.
The lullaby.
You do hear the song. The do 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 do
Does anybody let us know when it's
do.
playing?
Do you guys let me know it's playing? Do you hear
Yeah.
the faint thing of it?
Yeah, I've been running a tally, so I would like.
So you like give them a little signal.
Yeah.
Sorry, what did you
I
get?
got 12.
12. What did you have?
He just writes down.
I'd say add 5%. You get 20% of something.
I'm
sure it's
paying
great.
very close attention to the mannerisms of people who are not wearing the earplugs.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Jim, sorry, were you wearing earplugs?
No, I'm not.
So Jim, Hanu, and Jaster not wearing earplugs. The three of you deafened.
Yep.
Trying to practice it on the flute.
So you've got like the kind of losing it. So keeping an eye out for things. You're
Yeah.
kind of taking point looking for any of these
Symbols, yep.
You guys just generally who's kind of leading the way? Who's keeping a lookout? Is there anything the rest of you
I
are doing?
keep a lookout because of my perception. It's like really high.
Yeah.
All right. So I mean, you just want to keep like lookout for things coming to you.
You got for things of interest and also anything that comes towards us.
All right.
And I'm looking out for those.
Yeah,
So you're
we're
more of a
good,
lookout.
night visions.
You want to kind of lead the way through the woods, trying to look for any trails, anything like that, like kind of survival check.
Yeah.
I might be able to check magic up.
So you're just
on
looking
the
for anything
rear.
magical.
Yeah.
But it's within how far of you?
I think it's 30 feet.
I think it is. So
22.
So Jaster finds I'd say you do find some like small game trails and stuff, places you could make your way through. So
Yeah, 30 feet.
what were you doing? You were doing
I'm
something.
paying attention to the people without earplugs. See if there's
You're
any
watching
confusion
them.
in
And I'm
So
looking.
you're looking for the symbols.
Yep. That's an 11 plus what? Which one would I be looking for?
Maybe
Investigation?
perception on this.
Perception? It would be a 12.
So with a 12, you do after some time, right? Get half-mile walk out into the woods. You do begin to see some of these little effigies that have been made of the twigs and little pieces of twine. It looks like.
Yeah.
I pointed it out. I'm just like.
And so you'd see it's about the size of a smaller person.
My perception.
Was it
Net 20.
for keeping an eye out for any danger?
Anything of interest or anything of danger, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, split the vision, keep an eye out around you. So you do find one. What do you do from there?
I'd look and see if there was more like animals or anything inside of it.
So as you look at this one, there's nothing in this other than it's just these big brambly twigs that are put together in the shape of a person. It seems to be looking off further into the woods, though.
All of
Does
them?
does
There's just one.
Oh, there's just one.
does
Okay,
it
so
does
there
it
were a
look
couple.
like it resembles any kind of person?
I mean, so it's basically these brambly bushes. Doesn't have a face, but it's almost like motioning towards a direction.
Okay. I would probably just kind of like say that, even though I have the earplugs in, I'm like, kind of looks like it's motioning in a direction.
Follow?
Go this way.
All right, so you follow the direction it points you in.
Yep.
Vosh, as you continue deeper into the woods,
Mhm.
could you give me another perception check?
Alright. That's a 7 plus 1, that's an 8.
Was anyone else doing anything?
Oh, I'm always keeping a lookout.
Just
I'm
keep an eye
Yeah.
out, yeah.
On one of these things, so I'll look for another one.
All right, is there one of the what, sir?
The effigies.
Okay. So as you guys carry on, you go maybe another hour looking around. You still haven't found anything as you're looking through. You're not sure if maybe you've missed it in the darkness or if you just don't have anything else to find. Do you want to keep looking in this direction?
I'm going to keep looking.
Keep pressing onwards.
You want me to keep one wheel
Maybe
again?
another perception check. You're carrying on this way. So probably you're a couple miles into the woods at this point.
Haven't gone this far.
Yeah. I would say like Vosh looking around is having trouble finding anything. Anybody else like to do a check?
I will.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out. Now it's been like cold for a little while.
We can easily find our way back.
Nat 20 from front.
Perfect.
Perception and what is that? Perception. Wisdom. Yeah, so plus 323.
For 23, I would say you guys probably backtrack a little bit. The path Vosh has led you on is probably a little astray. I'd say it's more you probably start heading back so you don't find anything. But Brug, as you're going through, you spot this symbol again carved into a tree. and with a faint notched arrow pointing you another way. And upon following this, you find another series of these little effigies. This time you would see one is of it would be what looks like two adults and one that looks like a child. And you would see it has little like wooden toy swords that have been roughly made, plunged into the two adults.
You know, two adults.
Wait,
The family.
the first family that
First
killed.
family. Was it two of them? No, it wasn't two of them.
I'll tell you if you're a
Is there any other people?
Yeah, what else?
There's three figures.
That's
there.
it?
So you'd see there's two adult effigies, one of a child. The two adult effigies have these little wooden swords plunged into the chests of them.
Oh boy.
Take apart the effigies, pull the 6 twigs apart, and
Sprinkle holy water.
desecrate the symbol on the tree in the deck.
All right. As you take apart these effigies, you would find on these swords that little symbol has been carved into the blade of them.
I'm going to sprinkle holy water around the area because as a cleric, I probably would have that.
Do you have any inventory?
Actually, I don't think I ever put it in my inventory. Should I just roll with it?
I mean, I don't know, it's not in your inventory for me.
Yeah, you
I'll
gotta make
say
sure
you have
that.
a flask of holy water. So if you use it here, you don't have any.
So yeah, I'll use it here for a little bit.
So desecrate this little effigy you found, splash it on there. All right. Do you guys want to press on like further looking around
Yeah.
here?
Do
The
they
problem
look like
is,
they're- do they
I have to
look
take a long rest if I want to secure the guy.
These are true
I mean,
statements.
my character would probably be like,
Wander around in that.
unfortunately, if you guys want to continue, you guys can, but I would have to go.
Understood.
I have
Does anyone want to go with Soldan, or is he going back on his own?
I think it needs help, one of us.
Well, I can keep an eye on everything, but if anyone
We're like 2 miles into the forest. that's what
I would
he's
say,
saying.
sorry, at this point, you guys are probably about 3 miles.
So we're like good into the woods.
We
is
should
what he's
mark
saying.
this on our map and mark the direction the arrow is pointing.
I would say it's not on your map, but I'd say you could effectively have it marked. Yeah, we could just mark it in the woods here.
So you want to all head back?
I think we should. We don't need to.
I mean, you could do it, how you want. If you want to split off into a party looking further in the woods, if you don't need a rest.
I think Hunter's just anxious, but will gladly stay with the party. He knows that it's better in numbers. But I would like to do this as soon as we can tomorrow, maybe.
after the trial.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys spend the hours out in the woods. Make your way back.
Soldan has to.
Short way then.
Oh, yeah. You gotta remember the conversations go a little more awkward when some of you can't hear them.
What?
But
I imagine, so you could be doing stuff like writing things down
Yeah.
on each other, when you can't hear. If you're dead set keeping the earplugs in, it just it makes it all slower to communicate. Or Jaster's playing liaison, back forth, back forth, back forth. So you guys.
now he's going to change one of his spells to remove curse.
Oh, wait till you get the long rest.
Yeah, it's true.
So you guys are going back. Who's doing what as you make it back to the inn? So you will make it back undisturbed. What are you guys doing to get there?
I would probably,
In the house.
Let's see, hasn't you guys gotten a house yet?
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
We never decided.
We had the
Let's say I don't think anyone had actually finalized
We
getting
paid for a week, so we just figured we'd stay in the inn till then.
So
Did you guys break up the one effigy, the single one also?
yeah.
So you got rid of the one carved mark and the 3 effigies. Did you get rid of the one that was like the single
The
one?
first one.
Yeah, I would have probably destroyed
Break
that
them
one.
all
Yeah.
up.
I got a feeling they're going to be mad.
Or they'll be.
Right. Bosch would then.
Would you keep the? Do you destroy the little wooden swords also?
Yep. Snap.
You scratch off the little symbols.
Start up a little fire. Fun.
All right. Well, I need to roll some dice.
Chicken, chicken, and grits with butter.
More shrimp and grits, please.
No more chicken grits.
Shrimp and grits.
Chicken tenders.
Shrimp and grits. So.
Got a feeling the witches are not going to be happy.
What gave you that idea?
Who cares what they think?
Exactly.
If they get angry and if they get divided, more good for us.
As you guys make it back to town, you would hear a commotion happening on like eastern side of town, or sorry, western side of town. Here's some kind of commotion.
I'd make my way there. Do you want to still head back to the end? This is on our way to go to
You'd
sleep.
hear what sounds like some kind of like argument.
I'll just listen.
I mean, it's like off distant. So it'd be like, basically, it's going to be western side of like big central square. So you have to make your way over if you want to check out what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, would I have enough time to go take a long rest? That's the question.
can go.
Fun
You
questions.
can go take a long rest.
I'll go take a long rest just for my own sake.
Zoldan goes to rest. Shrug follows. Vosh, and Jaster.
Bosch
I
would,
want to hear it.
Bosch would
Go to the commotion.
Yeah, he'd need to go to start praying to Bahamut and seeing if he can get anything going.
And then. Check one thing. All right.
Oh, a lot of things.
I have to do something fun now. This is gonna be weird, guys. For Frug and Vosh. You guys see something. It will attack you, and I cannot describe what it looks like to you until after this encounter is over. I will say, for reference, you see a huge creature that is hostile towards you. It makes contact with you, looks at you, and observes you, and begins rushing towards the two of you.
Uh-oh.
The rest of you?
I thought Bosch was with us.
No, I went back to
Oh,
go.
Oh, sorry. Did you go? You went back to the end.
I went back to the end
Never mind then.
to go to sleep.
Disregard that.
Yeah.
Shrug. It would be just you in this case then.
This group of people.
Yes.
Point it out. Hide behind it.
So I would say, and this is where observing them comes into place. You point it out, but they seem almost distracted from what you're talking about. The thing continues towards you, ignoring them, and goes for some attacks on you.
Okay.
Thing is, he can't cast magic too.
Well, he can.
Are there any other people on the street?
So, currently not that you see. But I need to check one thing, sorry. Ah! Oh, that's really annoying. Ah, stop me from the way of my thing I'm pulling up. That's a good one. The frog. This thing will make 4 attacks towards you as it rushes towards you.
I saw it coming, right? So it's not like,
It's not a surprise.
okay. So as it's rushing at me, carpet. Oh,
Mm.
Okay.
I don't think you'd get high enough up with Carpez. I mean, you'd roll initiative on it then.
okay.
Actually, yeah, because good call. You also most of these aren't going to hit you.
Ugh, terrible anything. 6.
It does go faster. So it does get you within range. Does an 11 hit?
Yeah.
Okay. Does the I'm going to assume a 22 hits.
Yeah, hits.
Okay, so that would be 8 points of damage, and you become grappled.
Hmm.
And then it would be your go. You can call out to your party members, things like that, like normal.
Yeah, I am definitely doing that.
What do you call out to them?
I'm being attacked here. Help!
So you guys would hear. You look over, and you see some kind of strange, abnormally large, runic owlbear creature
What do you say
with these
that?
glowing green sigils across its body.
Like attacking Frog, or is this
You
just
see it off
another
to
one?
the side of Frug
Okay.
and Hanu. You see on top of it this old, crone-like woman with a hooked nose protruding out of a dark hood.
The fucking witch.
Frug, I would say you do see now, as this thing spit onto you, laughing good distance behind the creature, a very similar appearing woman. Very short and hunched over, not someone you've seen before in this town, cackling madly.
Okay. I know what I'm doing.
So I see her sitting atop the owlbear.
You
He
do.
does not. He does not.
He does not.
Just making sure.
So I can go.
Yes.
I want to rush over there. Get an initiative.
I'm going to have you guys basically. You could go with something you're doing after Frog.
Since I am going after him, I'll hold off on the telling the carpet to go up. And we've already started that, right?
Yeah. So it has bit onto and grappled you currently.
I got a question.
Yes.
When being grappled, how does that affect Misty Step?
Misty
Shut
Step
up.
would allow you to get away from it.
Yeah.
Good.
You can just
And I Misty Step.
As you go to cast the spell, with a green glow from the witch's eyes, she counters spells and says, "You won't be getting." Well, you'd see her moving her lips. You probably won't hear it. She's basically just going to be within range to do that. For the cinematic, it's "You won't be getting away that easily."
Countered it.
Yeah, so that would be your spell for the turn. You could
Okay.
still cast something like a cantrip,
Yeah.
or attempt to physically break free from the grapple. your action.
Firebolt the witch.
All right. Give me an attack.
Oh, come on.
Nat 1.
Not working.
Mm.
No performance anxiety.
Right?
This would be from the creature would make a series of attacks on you.
If only I stayed, but I have to have a remove curse.
What was your AC?
Currently 15.
15. Okay, so 2 of these do not hit. I'm sorry, 3 of these do not hit. 2 of them do. As you would take 11 more points of damage.
Well, there's a thought. 11 more points of damage? Okay.
What's your max HP?
64.
Need to remember for a spell. Oh. Let me see, it's max or it's current.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah. So how do you currently, what's your current HP?
Current
Pretty
HP
high, right?
is 45.
All right. We have a lot of health. You probably do. I need to make sure I have 5e now. This new systems point thing's nice and messed up.
Yes, I know.
Wow, they just do 3rd level. Action. Bring it back. So that's a 20 to hit as a bolt of green lightning flies out towards you.
Okay.
That's the 3rd level. So yeah, they will be going right after. So I did not have them go after. Okay. But it's really something. You would recognize this as a witch bolt.
Okay.
You'd see it comes out
Black and purple.
casted. No, it's a vibrant green, like wicked, lots of color. As
White egg.
Frog, you will take 22 points of damage as this strikes into you. And it does.
You can limit every time.
Yeah, but it also reduces your speed.
Okay.
Well, she's really trying to stop you from
Okay. I'm going to.
Okay, sorry, I forgot. Everybody else would have a turn.
Yeah.
So you guys, you see this giant owlbear, a witch hunt. You would see it like lashes out towards Frog, and you see sustain some pretty nasty injuries. She casts a lightning bolt towards him and singes and
Anybody
harms
like
him.
in town freaking out over this?
No.
So like they don't look like they even noticed this.
Well,
They're
nobody's
just
out currently, other
there's
than
like-
you hear people arguing off.
You guys just noticed it.
Yeah. There's nobody in town?
Not currently. What's going on?
That's strange.
Yes.
That song.
All right, sounds good. So means to me that means we can start blasting, I guess.
Go ham. I'm sorry your heavy hitters are not here.
Yep.
I wish you could have stayed there.
Well, Bosch was focused on something else.
Yeah, I wanna probably. Probably would just cast a Witch Bolt right back, honestly. I have Witch Bolt.
So, I'm not going to use a spell attack. You would watch your spell connects with this. Are you aiming for the creature or the woman?
The woman, yeah, the
So,
witch atop it.
you shoot this bolt of magic towards her and see it connect as she reels back. Shrug. You watch as Hanu fires off in the wrong direction, his spell striking into the stone on the ground.
What's that?
Gaster, what did you want to do?
Wither and Bloom over on. He's screaming in pain.
Yep.
So yeah,
You give me the effects of how Wither and Bloom work.
for the element the 10-foot radius centered on a point within range. Each creature of my choice makes a Constitution save, taking damage or half on a successful save. And one creature in that area can spend a hit die, and also add my Constitution.
Your spellcasting ability? Your spellcasting ability modifier?
Yeah.
So plus your charisma.
Mhm.
So you'd be able to roll a d6, one of your hit dice plus his charisma, so plus 5.
Oh, yeah, 8.
So you gain 8 health.
Good.
I will say you damage the creatures, you see them take damage.
Okay. They make a con save. 11.
You see they fail.
Okay.
From there, was Jim doing anything with that? So you see this giant creature.
I think she would use her, try to use her pew pew on it.
You go for a shot at it.
Yeah.
I won't have you roll. You
Okay.
see this shot hits this creature square between. Are you aiming for the creature or the witch? Sorry.
The creature.
So you aim for the creature. You see a shot rail square between the eyes, and this creature reels back as the glowing runic sigils on it rebuffs the shot back. Seems to take some damage. You watch as she fires off in the same direction Hanu did. Now back to Thrug. You are currently grappled by this creature and being blasted by this witch bolt as the spell does continue.
Still another Misty Step.
She is going to counter spell again.
While she's doing
Can
the
I-
witch bolt?
Can I
It's not-
counterspell?
so it wouldn't be concentration for it.
Oh.
Because it's counter spell isn't a concentration spell, and she's gotten her reaction back.
Can I counterspell her counterspell?
You do not see the counter spell go on. So you see this witch atop this large owl bear creature, but you do not, unfortunately, see what Bug sees. I do have to say it is an unfortunately brutal encounter you're currently in.
Yep.
So is there anything else you'd be able to do as far as action or movement? Well, and you keep your movement 0 while you're grappled.
Yeah.
I will also say you are currently grappled by 3 things,
I can't be out there.
Everything.
which would all count separately. I have to be very ambiguous for reasons. It'll make sense later.
I think I already
Okay.
know.
I'm sure you do, and if you do, tell nobody.
I think
You can talk to me about that.
since I guess I'm out of this fight, I guess.
You really have. Unfortunately,
have it all
there's
figured
nothing
out,
Zoldan or Vosh can do. Oh no! No! Say nothing. You can talk to me after. No! Behave. Behave you.
Since I'm
'Cause
not
I'll
needed
say,
here.
I know he already knows.
Mm-hmm.
No! Behave you. Let everyone else suffer. I'm sorry. Was there anything else you can do though?
You made your spell. I'll just try to get out of the grapple.
All right. So and this would be one of three things. If you want to do a strength check.
Natural
Nat 20. So you managed to reel back struggling. You fend off one of the things biting down on you.
Okay.
But two more have effectively, as one's gone off, two more have taken its place from the last attack.
And I can't tell what these things are.
You can, but there's a reason I can't tell you right now.
Character knows, but the player doesn't.
Yes. Well, it'll
curious.
probably make sense when the fight's over. Is the thing I have to leave off from.
See.
I will say, out of our listeners, some of them already have an idea. She's going to continue the witch bolt as you're still locked into it. Yeah, bonus action to deal the damage automatically.
Yeah. Just keep
So
going.
that would be 20 more points of damage.
Right.
How low are you?
Pretty low. Down to 11 hit points.
So she's going to use her action to cast the spell. Actually, does that work? Let me see. Let me
Let's
check
say I
something.
don't think you can do that.
What was it?
Like cast a spell with Witch Bolt though?
Well, that seems to be a disgusting part, because you can't.
Really?
You can't cast another concentration spell or it would drop it, but
okay.
it's not a
Use your
casting
action.
spell.
Yep.
It's a bonus action. That's
That is a
gross.
bonus
Okay.
action, yeah.
I need to check one thing.
No, it says on each of your turns you can use your action
Okay.
to deal 1d12 lightning damage.
Okay.
So it's not a
So
bonus.
action.
I was about to say,
Okay.
Just about.
if that was a bonus action,
I
I
was
was
gonna say,
using this wrong
I
this whole time.
thought it was an action.
So I was about to
I
be
must have
like-
just misread it. So I've got a couple things going on at once.
I was gonna say, I don't really want to watch Fred getting murdered.
Oh, see, why is what I'm reading saying bonus action?
That could be 5.5
Yeah.
because I know they changed a lot
Yeah.
of.
I might be looking at pesky 5.5. Great spell use your action. Okay, so he uses the action. The creature is going to attack. 5 attacks, so these are the wrong dice. Which ones do I want to use? Oh, just in a moment. So your AC is 15.
Yeah.
Two of these hit. You said you're at 11, right?
Yep.
One deals 7 points of damage, and the other deals. You said. Okay, that's it. Yeah, it's exactly 11. As Frog goes down,
We don't see
I'll
anything.
describe the scene to you. You watch as Frog falls in the fight. You rage on in a battle against this creature. After you do enough damage to it, it manages to run off and escape you all. As it runs into the woods, you hear a cackling cry. I'll be back for you, adventurers. You'll die by my hands.
Oh, that's not good.
As the events of the night begin to pass, Frug, I would assume your party goes to make sure you stay alive.
Yeah, I would give him a healing potion.
Yeah. I got healing word.
Yeah.
When you awake, you find a few things changed. You remember seeing the same creature that your party members had seen. And you have these replaced memories. But now you recall, though it had been a bit hazy, it was a large, loony owlbear creature that attacked you. And after some fierce blows from it, had managed to take you down. But after, they had rushed to your aid, Jaster got you back to, you guys managed to fend it off and return to the inn for the night to regroup and think of what to do. However, a few things have changed. All of you, except for Vosh and Zoldan, please remove the earplugs you had in your inventory.
Oh, remove them?
He had given you some.
Yeah.
They are no longer in your inventory.
Yes.
There are a couple other things. But I have to note for the town.
So do you know what 3 things were grappling me?
You do not recall the majority of the details of the fight as it was described to you. You only remember the large owl bear and the woman riding atop it attacking you.
Okay.
As your memories have been replaced with that event.
Need to give myself some more beeswax and wool.
I will also say, Frog, you can add it's for a secret thing, but you can add 25% towards progress on the same thing Jaster's doing.
Understand?
It would be towards, you could put it as like lullaby. It'd be 25% towards something, but I can't tell you what until you get to 100.
Okay.
So what I miss?
Frog went down. They recall all the events as this woman riding atop this owl bear has attacked you guys. So as far as your characters know, that's what transpired. Is you went to go check out this disturbance, but before you could get to it, you're interrupted by this imposing, huge creature this witch rode atop. A fierce battle took place of flying spells and harsh attacks. As you guys had begun to weaken the creature down, it ran off back into the woods, swearing to get revenge on him.
All right.
And you've regrouped in the inn.
Are we asleep?
I would say for the events of that, important note, were you guys wearing earplugs?
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't hear it. You don't hear it. So you would have stayed asleep throughout the process of it.
Yeah. Well, I would have done my usual praying Bahamut before going to
Same
bed.
here with
Yeah.
my character.
So you guys say your prayers and sleep
But
peacefully.
I changed my spell.
You do. And some stuff will happen in the morning. A lot of things are going to happen in the morning.
But I think we have to get back to
I
that.
was going to say, that's where we will pick up next time. There's a lot of stuff that will happen overnight this time. But, till next time.
Till next time.
Peace out. Oh, and there is a brief break in between, so
Yeah.
fun stopping point.
Couple weeks.